Change is very interesting. It can take many forms. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and sometimes it can cost an entire damn series. Where am I going with this? Oh, yeah, let's talk about the Gemstone Defenders Season 2. In one word, unexpected. This series didn't go the way I wanted it to, mostly because I tried doing the exact same thing I did last time, and that was try and make the Saturday morning-esque kind of cartoon comics and not an actual legitimate series, because I already have a legit series in mind, so I wanted to make random stories so that way I don't have to focus on the main plot on what I'm working on. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hopefully it does. I mean, I guess there was a bit of a story in Season 2 that I managed to pull out of thin air, and to some extent it kind of works, but holy golly gee, there are a lot of plot holes, and I feel like this season was just an absolute mess. Now, what plot holes in specific am I talking about? Well, Carter getting stabbed by Kyle Rune, Andrew losing most of his abilities throughout the season, like flying and hacking through devices, Alina Dawn's capability to heal others using light energy. Those, to name a few, are things I just kind of want to retcon out of the series, so yeah. It didn't make things any better that the fact that I was working on the Season 3 models at the same time and just immediately fell in love with them because of how just clean they looked. So it made things really difficult when it came back to working with the Season 2 models, and I just hated myself because it was so hard to work with. Really, a whole lot of this just came to not proper planning, not really sure what I should be doing. It was just an absolute mess on my end. Another thing too was probably procrastination and the fact that I was avoiding Season 2 models and I didn't know what I was doing, and you know, I was literally just winging everything. Like, I had somewhat of a structural idea of what I can do, but it didn't really play out properly in my head, so everything just kind of came out as a weird scramble. Maybe that's the best way I can describe it. A lot of things, like, improved and changed over time throughout the course of making this season. So, that's why if you look at Alina Dawn from Episode 1, Season 2, she looks like this, to the final episode, she's looking a lot more, what's the right term? Cleaner? A lot smoother looking? Kinda hot? But jokes aside, since I've been working on the Season 3 models, it's just been so difficult to work with the Season 2 models that I've literally had to like add tiny adjustments so that it wouldn't be noticeable, but I think I might have failed in that department. All I'm saying is that there was a lot of inconsistency and there was a lot of procrastination to the point where this series took longer than it should have to make, which honestly kind of bums me out because I really do like this series. It's just the fact that I completely messed it up by throwing myself in some unorganized mess. But enough about me ranting that it was bad, because a lot of you people really did enjoy Season 2. Even though it doesn't get as popular as my Isn't Wholesome series, that shouldn't mean I should stop working on this series, because this is something that I like to do, and I want to continue doing that. Recently, you've probably seen the new promo images for Season 3, and I plan to take it as serious as possible. I plan to dedicate as much time as I can to it. I'm not going to be working on any more models. I want to make sure that this season is going to be as best as it can possibly be. And I'm just dropping the whole Saturday morning style. I'm trying to make sure I give us a full story. Working with the Season 3 character models have been the most fun I've had with this entire series by far. And the fact that I finally have like a cohesive story that I can tell episodically makes me even more excited and more organized to create the Gemstone Defenders Season 3 Origins. I'm pretty sure you've seen by now that's gonna be the title. Obviously, it's not a legit Origins kind of deal. To give a basic summary / idea of how the season's gonna work, it's going to take place after the events of Season 2, where the entire team was defeated by Darkening, and they're sealed away in these pods that you saw at the end of the episode. The idea is that they wake up from these pods with amnesia and have to go through their past in order to discover who they were and work together to escape a place in which they do not know of. And I'm so excited for that because I get to put these characters in situations that were shown in the comic series that I've been working on in the main timeline. For example, Carter and Mikio's rivalry, Mikio and Alina's relationship. All kinds of scenarios thrown into a cohesive legit story. It was a lot of extra work that I had to do. I really just wanted to do more Saturday morning-esque kind of videos, but you guys really want me to make an actual story with this. You guys have become attached to these characters, as have I, and I want to provide that for you. So I tried to dedicate as much time as I could to, flesh out the story, flesh out these characters, flesh out the design and the animation. Obviously, Season 2 was a huge step up from Season 1, but Season 3? Oh man, it's gonna be big. At the end of the day, if the story is good, animation is clean, and everything plays along nicely, I feel like Season 3 will be the best season yet. And who knows, maybe in the future, since I'm becoming more satisfied with these character models, I could even start releasing the main timeline. And what I mean is, Mikio and the Blade of Everest, Enlightened, Cyclone. I can show you the full origin stories of these characters in the current modern day. And obviously things change, things will change. That's why we have reboots. So there's a lot that's going to happen, and I'm just hoping that you guys will stick around for it. I know a lot of people tell me that the Gemstone Defender comics are what they'll come for, but it kind of hurts when it's seeing that everybody watches the Isn't Wholesome series and they want to watch that. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate the Isn't Wholesome series by far it, but I started this channel with the idea of comics, and I really want to pursue that. I could go onto like other websites and do that, but honestly there's not that much of an audience there. But here I can have a good foundation. I'm ranting a little bit, I'm sorry. I kind of like ranting a bit to express my feelings. This is us talking about the Gemstone Defenders and how I wanted to expand, how I wanted to become bigger. Recently I got some of the best words of wisdom from my mentor, and that was, don't do something because it's successful, do it because it's fun. And I know that could be taken out of context like anything, but in this context, it's do this because it's fun. I mean, I'm not really getting anything out of it. And, it's still fun for my friends, my small community that I have. We all enjoy this stuff. So if that's how it's going to be, then I'm satisfied enough to say that it's a success in my eyes. And I think going forward, that's how I should be looking at things. Alright, well, I think I've spoken for quite a while. I could talk about this for hours, and maybe I might do it on a stream, but until then, I think I've said all I've said for now that would have kept your attention. Look forward to Season 3, I promise you. I will try and dedicate as much time as I can into it. Obviously, I don't know if I'll be able to keep that promise because I'm going into my last year of school, and oh boy, that's gonna be fun. But hey, I'll try and keep you guys up to date and make sure to ignite your hype for when Season 3 finally comes. I think it might come sometime around 2022, but I'm not gonna try and make any promises. But until then, I believe that is all I have to say. So, stay safe, stay wholesome, and don't forget to always be creative. I'll see you next time.